welcome to episode 7 of the diary series that I'm making. Again, thank you to everyone who is watching this. I know personally several of the people who are watching this. I don't take offence to those people that a number among the people who I know who watch this, but I'm looking forward to getting to the stage where I don't know everyone who follows this channel. I'm sure that will come at some stage. I'm also a bit conscious of how echoey it is in this room at the minute. I've got to get it sorted. Work has just been bonkers, it's been crazy, which is part of the reason this room has still got decorating tape everywhere, and it's just a bit of a mess. Just two things I wanted to kind of talk about today, which are all related to the channel. The first one is that I've actually got my first proper video up and live, and it's actually on the channel now. I'll link to it. I always get this wrong. I'll link to it up here somewhere. I'll get used to this. And it's great, actually, if I say so myself. It's an interview with a chap who I met on Medium. Medium's not a dating site. Medium is a blogging website. And yeah, Walter and I met on there. We started talking about the way that we work in terms of writing, our productivity methods, all that good stuff. And we just hit it off, really. So I suggested completely on a whim that he came onto the channel and told me a bit about what he does and all the rest of it. And we did, and it was great, actually. It's a little bit rough and ready in places, to be honest. His audio is not great. That's not his fault. It's just life. The edit's a little bit suspicious in places, but it's an 18-minute video which has ended up on the channel, which I'm quite proud of, and I think it's 18 minutes of pretty interesting content, really. It's great if you are an aspiring writer, or if you are a writer who is recently, I don't know, for whatever reason, started working at home permanently, and you're perhaps struggling with that transition from working in an office to working at home with kids and stuff. The other thing was a decision I've made recently on how I'm going to fund the channel in terms of review units. Now, obviously, a big part of what I'm going to do on this, as the name suggests, is review stuff. And it's reviewing things like, it could be anything. It could be anything from, for example, a journal to a laptop, or a new desk, or a chair, or something related to productivity, phones, the kind of stuff that goes into getting stuff done. The whole point of this channel is to find things that I think will help you become more productive and just make you a happier freelancer or independent worker, really. So, but the problem is I'm nowhere near big enough to get contacted by brands to either to be sponsored by them, or to get review units and all that sort of stuff. Now, the only way I can do that, really, there's two ways I can do that. Either I can buy them, or I can buy them and return them. Now, I don't want to do the latter. I don't think that's fair. I don't really agree with these people that tell you that you should just try out a laptop for a bit and send it back if you don't like it. Someone has to take that back and repackage it, and it's just a waste of materials if it gets chucked after that. So for the foreseeable future, everything on this channel that I review, I will own. It'll be mine. The only problem with that is that I could potentially end up with shed loads of stuff that I'm never going to use ever again. I was listening to a podcast last night. I will link to it in the description. And the guy that was being interviewed on that was a pretty successful YouTuber. And he was doing the similar sort of thing. He was reviewing laptops, printers, and office type stuff. And the way he went about this was he would sell the review unit if he wasn't going to keep it. So if it was a laptop that he bought for 300 quid, for example, he would review it and then sell it. That inspired me, actually, because I suddenly thought, well, I could do that. And that got me thinking a little bit about how I do that. And basically, I need to flesh this out a little bit. I wanted to share it with you today. What I'll be doing, I think, is buying review units, reviewing them, and then putting them on a store on my website, and then basically on these videos saying, look, it's available to buy. If you want this one for a bit of a discounted rate, off you go. That will do two things. That will firstly give me a cost of production for the video. So beyond my time, I'll know how much the thing that I reviewed cost and how much I sold it for, and the difference between the two is what I've lost. So roughly that can be attributed to making that video. And secondly, it gets people to my website. And I'm going to be open about this. The whole point of running Marketless Reviews is to get people to my website, to build an audience, and basically to kind of bring them into my world. And that's something else I've learned over the last 2 or 3 months, which is that listening and reading are absolutely crucial. Particularly when it comes to something like online marketing and YouTube, you will come across a whole variety of opinions on things. And what's fascinating is that no two people seem to have the same opinion on the same thing. So, for example, I've heard several people explain that SEO as in search engine optimization on YouTube isn't important, and several people say It really is. And they're all respected people. They've got big channels, they've somehow achieved success, but they don't seem to have the same advice. However, as I kind of described it a moment ago, occasionally you'll hear something or you'll read something and you'll think, oh, perfect, brilliant. And you may not use that exact idea or piece of advice, but it might spark another idea or a version of that idea that you can make your own. So that's it. So yeah, studio is still a mess. Please do check out my first video, which I will link to at the end of this video. And yeah, if you want to, subscribe, go for it. And thank you very much for watching. I genuinely, really, really appreciate it. And thank you, Anna. Cheers. Bye.